Love of neighbor cannot be practiced in isolation, and love of God is impossible without love of neighbor. Dearly beloved in Jesus Christ, welcome to today's Gospel reflection with Father Anand. Today is 4th June 2026, and the Gospel is taken from Gospel of Mark, chapter 12, verses 28 to 34. One of the scribes came near and heard them disputing with one another, and seeing that he answered them well, he asked him, "Which commandment is the first of all?" Jesus answered, "The first is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one Lord. You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. The second is this, you shall love your neighbor as yourself. There is no other commandment greater than these." Then the scribe said to him, "You are right, teacher. You have truly said that He is one, and besides Him there is no other. And to love Him with all our heart, with all our understanding, and with all our strength, and to love our neighbor as oneself is much more important than whole burnt offerings and sacrifices." When Jesus saw that he answered wisely, he said to him, "You are not far from the kingdom of God." After that, no one dared to ask him any questions. The Gospel of the Lord. Imagine that you are the only person living on this earth. Is there any possibility for you to sin? Is there any possibility for you to hate your neighbor? Is there any possibility that you move away from God's love? Obviously no. Today's Gospel passage speaks about only two commandments, love of God and love of neighbor. And the scribe in today's Gospel says the entire Torah, which is the law and the prophets, can be summarized into these two commandments. So they are the most important commandments. The first commandment is love of God. Love of God is the most and prime commandment for all the chosen people. Yahweh told them, "I am only your God, and you shall not have any other God than me." This is to say, we must give first importance to our God. Nowadays, we are replacing our God with so many things. We are replacing our God with some other people, some other objects. But remember, dear friends, we are forgetting the Creator and worshipping the creature. When we forget the Creator, we will really fall into falter. Remember the difference between Creator and the creature, Creator and the object. Then obviously you will start loving God more than anything that is available on this earth. The second commandment is love of neighbor. Without loving our neighbor whom we can see, we can never love God whom we cannot see. There was a time in the church history where people used to move away to isolated places to love God. But now we are called to live in this world very much and then love our neighbor, through which we can love our God. As I said, imagine you are only the one living on this earth. Is there any possibility that you become sinful? Obviously no. If you are only the one living on this earth, you will be really good because you have no possibility. The Lord gives us a challenge that we must live in this world with all others, at the same time use our free will to choose good. So dear friends, choose good using your free will so that you can love your neighbor as yourself. The second point for loving your neighbor as yourself is putting yourself into the shoe, the situation of the neighbor. Obviously, you will start loving your neighbor. So, dear friends, understand from today's gospel, love of neighbor is not possible in isolation, and love of God has no meaning without love of neighbor. Let God bless us all. Have a blessed day ahead.